A loaf of bread costs 50% more today than it did before the pandemic. Ground beef is up almost 50%.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
Yo, Trump is a comedian, man. Comedian. Like, that's a legit campaign ad. Oh, my goodness. I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message. Kamala talking about how bad her economy is. My goodness. But y'all know the drill today. I got quite a few. Depending on how long this one goes, I have like another 5 in addition to that one. Possibly 7, depending on how long. 6. Another 5, possibly 6, depending on how long this video goes. So I'm going to be quiet. Actually, some of these aren't really crazy long. There is one that's pretty long. But anyway, I'm going to be quiet so we can hop into these and maybe we can get to all 7 or all 7. Let's dive in.
A weaker than expected jobs report.
A sign that a recession is imminent.
Bidenomics is working.
That's just not true. Families are struggling with rising prices, and Kamala's lying.
We have been lowering the cost of living for so many people.
She lied about her border crisis, too.
We have a secure border.
Oh, boy. Kamala lies about the border. She lies about higher prices. Kamala lies a lot. Make America Great Again, Inc. is responsible for the content of this advertising.
That is true. And I think Trump should call that out during the debate, if they have it, because that's a whole nother thing now, too. I think Trump should stay in the debate because Kamala obviously can't debate. I think that's really, really clear. But I've been hearing some talk that Trump is considering dropping out of the debate. I understand his frustration, but I think that would be a bad move, personally. Me, personally, I think that would be a bad move. I think she's hiding for a reason. And that reason is they know she's going to get exposed just like Joe Biden did. Maybe not in the same fashion, but people will see she talks in rhymes and she can't speak off the cuff without having note cards and a teleprompter in front of her, and she's just repeating the same lines over and over. So when she gets out in front of Trump and he's throwing something at her, like what he hit Joe Biden with I don't know what he just said. He probably doesn't even know what he just said. Once he has one of those types of moments when she talks in circles, she's not going to be able to respond to it. And the American people will see that. So I don't think he should drop out. But let me be quiet and let's jump into this next one.
Thank you for joining us here today. Earlier this afternoon, Donald Trump was arraigned by a Manhattan grand jury on 34 felony counts.
This case is an abomination. It's obviously political. 7 years to try to come up with this case. They're just wrong on the law.
The only crime that Donald Trump is being prosecuted for is the crime of running for president.
Political persecution at the highest level.
They've quite frankly given up on trying to beat him at the polls. Either going to steal it or stop it by law firm.
A Democrat prosecutor elected on a Get Trump platform.
What's going on here is a disgusting disgrace. It is war on Trump, it is war on the Republican Party, and it is a war on the Republic.
This case is the weakest case I've seen in 60 years of teaching, practicing, and writing about criminal law.
And I doubt the New York indictment would have been brought against a defendant whose name was not Donald Trump.
This judge, you don't need a prosecutor if you have a judge like this. This judge is not on the level.
It's a terrible case, but the judge has been pretty much a rubber stamp on everything that Bragg has wanted to do.
They're perverting the system of justice. That's where the danger lies. The corruption and subversion of our institutions by the left.
This is the Democrats' entire strategy to confine President Trump to a dirty criminal courtroom and keep him off the campaign trail where he can bring his winning message to voters across this country.
New York has become a legal banana republic. They are so determined to get Donald Trump.
Look, convicting Donald Trump, that's all they have.
I think they have no cards. And they're depending upon Trump getting convicted.
That Trump train doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
The only verdict that matters
is the verdict at the ballot box.
I love that. I love that. November 5th, the only verdict that truly matters is the one that happens at the ballot box. I agree. I 1000% agree. This is going to be important. This is going to be really, really important. This November. It's going to set the stage for what's to come. Either we actually have a very bright future in this country with Trump, or the prospects will get a whole lot darker with Kamala. Will I say that it'll be completely over? No, not that quickly. But I do think, and I said this before, there will be some things installed, whether that be via legislation, executive orders, some people put in some places that will almost guarantee that this country will fall. And we'll have, and I've always said this, I said this way back when Biden was running, because you could see the writing on the wall. I mean, it doesn't take a genius to figure this one out. 2 + 2 is 4, right? If we lose this election, I would give us about a 20% chance of winning again. Ever winning again. Like with a true Republican, not a rhino, not someone who's just, has the name of Republican, right? Like the Mitt Romneys of the world. But a true Republican. I would give us about a 20% chance. 20%. It will be very, very bleak. But anyway, let's continue. I believe this ad literally just dropped. Like, this one's hot off the presses. Check it out.
Everyday prices are too high. Food, rent, gas, back to school clothes. That is called Bidenomics. A loaf of bread costs 50% more today. Ground beef is up almost 50%. There's not much left at the end of the month. Bidenomics is working. The price of housing has gone up. It feels so hard to just be able to get ahead. And we are very proud of Bidenomics. Everyday price.
They are so proud of Bidenomics. Yeah, okay. Very proud. I bet you are. The destruction of America. Let's continue.
Who here would abolish their private health insurance in favor of a government-run plan?
So for people out there who like their insurance, they don't get to keep it?
Let's eliminate all of that. Let's move on. I give credit to Bernie Sanders for starting a very important discussion.
As a principle, you mean, not Bernie Sanders' bill?
I support the bill.
Okay.
I support the bill.
Because the bill gets rid of private insurance.
And I'm proud to co-sponsor it.
If you're getting insurance from GM, from your employer, you will not be able to keep that, correct?
You will have 10 years to transition.
There is no formula for this. That you are going to find money in magical ways is not realistic thinking.
If you get it from your employer and you have different options, her plan takes it away.
Just as Canadians, how well government-run healthcare is going. I've seen so many stories of people saying, hey, unless you're on your deathbed, you're going to wait a very, very long time to be seen. And it's not free. Like, people say, oh, well, it's free healthcare. No, it's not free. It's being taken out of somebody's pockets, whether that's directly or indirectly, directly via taxation or indirectly via inflation, because they're just printing the dollars to cover the cost, which lowers the value of your dollar. Like, that concept is so simple, and there's people in this country that still have no clue about that. Like, it's mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling. I mean, I agree with Ben Carson when he said, I believe most Americans are smart enough to realize that this isn't the way we should go. And I've shown you guys some of the real polls along with street interviews and other videos to corroborate that. But there's still a large segment of our population that has no clue about any of that. That just thinks things just fall off of a coconut tree. You know, they're just like Kamala. Just, oh my goodness. It's mind-boggling. Trump's got to fix that too. And that's also something that I'm really worried about as well. There's so many things to fix in this country. Like, I feel bad for Trump. I really do. When he steps into office, I feel bad. I genuinely feel bad for this guy. Because there's so many things. It's just like, I want to do it, but it's just like, where do I even start? Like, it's just everywhere. It's chaos. You know? Anyway.
MS-13 gang member here illegally, robbed a pregnant woman, then released, then executed a San Francisco family, another illegal, arrested, released, then killed this young boy with a sword, illegal immigrant, convicted, released, then violently fractured a woman's skull. Who released every one of them? Liberal DA Kamala Harris. The victim's blood is on her hands.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
So sad, man. So sad. Let's see here. Yeah, I'll show this last one. Let's get into this one last one. I know this is going a little long for this type of video, but this is the very last one. Check it out.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
The alarming spike in inflation soaring to its highest level in nearly 40 years.
That is called Bidenomics.
Gas prices rose again today, reaching a new all-time high.
We're still dealing with inflation, and we've got super high interest rates at the same time.
Bidenomics is working.
2/3 of Americans are just struggling to make ends meet.
And this comes after Friday's jobs report showing a spike in unemployment.
And we are very proud of Bidenomics.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and
So for me, I think this one might be my favorite one. With this ending here, I'll put it back on the screen.
Is the verdict at the ballot box.
Yeah.
On a Get Trump platform.
What's going on here is a disgusting disgrace.
Now, it's the longest one. It's nearly 2 minutes long, but that one's probably my favorite one today. That one's probably my favorite one. You know, the only verdict that's going to matter is the verdict that comes November 5th. And, you know, I definitely agree with that because Trump could potentially, and I've heard rumors that he will be going to prison next month. Yeah. You heard it here. Next month, he will be put in prison. You heard it here. So when the election is being had, he will be in prison during that time. So yeah, November 5th is going to say a lot. It's going to say a lot. It's going to either tell the powers that be, the elites, hey, have free reign, or it's going to give them the big middle finger. Like we all did in 2016. Well, I can't say me personally. I didn't vote Democrat. I didn't vote at all, to be completely honest, in 2016. If I'm just being completely honest, all right? But, you know, it's either going to be a big middle finger like 2016 or a cosign to what's currently happening. I believe we're going to give them the middle finger, though. And I can't wait. I can't wait. Y'all stay safe out there. Peace and love. I'm out.